Hey guys, I'm Lindsay Cripple, and for my culminating project for this class, I chose to create a program called 1%, which is a softball strength and conditioning and agility program. The idea I got for this was from something called Volt Athletics, which is an online software where certified trainers will go in and create sport-specific programs for teams. And because I am a softball coach, I thought I would kind of mimic this idea and create my own team. And so the idea is creating this program that's not just used by my team, not just used by my school, but can be used by coaches all across the country. One thing I was thinking about, I coach at an NAIA school, so we're not as lucky to have strength and conditioning coaches for every sport. And so this would provide an opportunity for the lower programs or lower divisions, to be able to have a certified program from a specialist that they could use for their team. So I'm just going to read my vision statement. The 1% Strength Conditioning and Agility Program seeks to become one of the premier collegiate softball strength and conditioning programs, providing outstanding content and injury prevention, weightlifting, speed, and agility for coaches and athletes across the country. I chose to do the 1% naming of that for a couple reasons, but I think sometimes as coaches we get this idea of we just got to get better, and we got to get better fast, and we have to do all these things every single day. And I just really like the idea of breaking it down, and if we can work on one thing and get 1% better each day, by the end of the week, by the end of a month, by the end of the year, we're in an incredible spot, and we're so much farther ahead than we were when we started. And that's easy to think about, just 1% and not trying to do too much. And so that's the idea of this program. We're just trying to get athletes and coaches and trainers better 1% each day. So as I started thinking through my team, who was going to help me with this, I really processed through what I was looking for in team members. And so one thing, first and foremost, is they need to have the knowledge of the project. They need to understand strength and conditioning. They need to be the top elite trainers, because I want this to be legit. I don't want it to just be some program that's thrown together. So knowledge of the project, knowledge of the content is huge. That was kind of the first step, is finding those people. And then next is responsibility. I'm very time-oriented. I'm very type A and structured, and I like routine and order. And so I feel like I'm fairly responsible, but I know that in certain areas that I don't enjoy doing, I need to have people around me who can hold me accountable and can maintain responsibility throughout the project. And then another quality that I'm passionate about is communication. And throughout this course, I learned communication is way more than just talking. Communication is body language. Communication is listening. Listening to not just respond, but listening to hear is just huge. And I was so thankful to have learned that, because I think sometimes as a coach I get caught up in how am I going to fix the problem, what am I going to do, and sometimes I just need to listen. So those are just some qualities I was looking for in my leaders. And then throughout the leadership challenge, there were some good ideas that I really liked, but this one specifically, the idea of reflection. And so teamwork, what did you do today to lend a hand to a colleague? Respect, what did you do to acknowledge the work of one of your colleagues? Learning, what's one mistake you made in the last week, and what did you learn from it? And then continuous improvement, what have you done in the past week to improve so you're better this week than last? One of the discussion boards we talked about reflection, and I realized I'm not super good at reflection. I just don't do it a lot. I don't practice it a lot. And so that was something that kind of caught me off guard, and that's why I chose this to be specific in my project. So I wrote this down on several note cards, sticky notes, stuck it in my office, stuck it in my notebooks, and try to reflect on it each day. And it was great for me, and I encouraged my team members to do it as well. And so I hope that they got the same results and were encouraged like I was. So next I'm just going to go in and talk about my team members a little bit. I talked about kind of the qualities of why I chose them from a leadership standpoint, but these are just some more good characteristics of them. So Kyle Abney, he's a collegiate throwing coach for track and field. certified Olympic weightlifting coach, and he's a former All-American athlete. So he kind of has all the pieces together, and we'll was serving as our weightlifting guru, which was super helpful. He did a great job. Another Kyle on team, Kyle Kujawa, he's a collegiate football strength and conditioning coach. And for our project specifically, we used him for the speed and agility. He works a lot with cornerbacks, running backs, quick twitch muscles. And again, he did a great job. Jessica Keller. I chose to have a athletic trainer on staff because injury prevention is a big part of what we're doing. And so I thought it would be important to have someone who's knowledgeable in those things on our staff, she was really helpful in being able to decipher between what's a good idea, what's not. We have throwing athletes, what's a good thing for rotator cuffs and stuff like that, which is more than I could have asked, and so she was super helpful. And then last, we have Evelyn Waymeyer, who was kind of just the brains behind the technology and the software and setting up Excel sheets and Google Docs and all those things that, we're kind of, the rest of us are kind of the brains of the program itself, and she was super helpful in being able to kind of push everything together. She's kind of the mortar between the bricks that allowed this project to go smoothly. And then leadership development, I know coming in we all kind of have our individual beliefs on things, so I wanted to make sure we discussed those. And so what we did the first day was just talk about our core values, our beliefs, our goals, and what we were looking for out of this, and then we were able to merge those individual goals into our group ideas and our goals. And I saw a lot of consistency in our core values and beliefs, which was amazing in being able to kind of get this project going. The collaborative audit, the only issues that I found between our team members is sometimes we had a hard time adjusting to someone else having a different viewpoint. We all have our own opinions and our ideas, and I'm not sure we were super spot on in talking about those things and discussing those things, but I felt like as we moved forward and as we got to know each other better, we were able to kind of explain those things and talk about those things, which was super helpful. And because this was a group of people that had really never worked together on a project, I wanted to do some sort of assessment to be able to see, who I was working with from a personality standpoint. And so I chose to do a DISC profile, which is something that I picked up on at a convention, and DISC stands for dominance, influence, steadiness, and conscientiousness. And so through all these things, we were able to find that we were pretty variable in where we were at. We all kind of had different characteristics or traits that were our driving factors. And I think without me even knowing that was the best case scenario to kind of fit us all together. So I'm super thankful to have done this, and I'm actually hoping to use it with my teams, my softball teams in the future, because it was good to know those things. And so I really did enjoy this project. Going into it, it was a little intimidating. I wasn't really sure how I was going to get it done, what it was going to look like, how we were going to manage time. But I really felt like I learned a lot about myself and my team members, and was able to grow as a leader, even just through a short project like this throughout a semester. So I'm excited to continue to use the things that I learned and continue to grow as a leader. Thanks for watching.